Who would be the ideal customer for an electric vehicle? I actually think everybody. People who are looking for a relaxing, enjoyable drive. So people who like, calm. I do think that there is a sort of an eco stance to it potentially. Early adopters are, prime candidates for e-cars. It's an alternate way of transporting yourself, and I think that's a really exciting to be on the forefront of new technology. I'm Jon Finkelstein, and I'm a creative director by day, but by night I'm a car enthusiast. This is my first EV. I've always been a gas-powered guy. Unlike internal combustion engine, ICE, EVs, the torque is instant. As soon as you hit the power, man, you're going. You're not giving up anything from a performance perspective when you're driving an electric car, and I think a lot of people don't understand that. It's one of the things I think you have to sort of get in and drive to experience, because it really is different. It's like you push the gas and you're going. It's like a golf cart on steroids. Once people get away from this notion of range anxiety, which means, well, what if I run out of charge? What will happen to me then? Well, I think those are the same people who probably run out of gas. I don't know how that happens. So I use public stations all the time for charging. At first it was because it was kind of fun. You're looking for places, where can I charge? And you'll see on the navigation system, it actually shows you places where you can charge. And when you plot a course to somewhere, if it's beyond the range, you can also plot where you want to charge. Zero power to full charge is about 3.5 hours using a level 2 charger. But I also chose this particular BMW i3 with the range extender option. And what that is a 9-liter gasoline motor. It's actually a scooter engine. Charges the battery when the battery gets down to about 4% of charge. This car can basically, you could drive it indefinitely. If I want to go to Memphis, I don't have to worry necessarily about planning where to charge. I could just keep filling up with 9 liters. It gives me about an extra 150 kilometers of range, and I could just indefinitely go that way. So it doesn't drive the wheels. The gasoline motor doesn't drive the wheels. All it does, and it's kind of interesting because it's like a generator. Well, it is a generator. It's just like, it doesn't speed up, it doesn't slow down. It just literally keeps the battery charged. Personally, if I had solar panels on my roof and I was off grid and I was able to power the car with the sun, I think that's the next step. Preconditioning warms the batteries. So 3 hours before you say, I'm going to go to work at 8 a.m. 3 hours, so 5 a.m., the car will start to precondition. So in the wintertime, it's brilliant. It starts to warm the batteries to optimal temperature and heats the cabin to whatever you set it at, so that when you get in the car, you're not wasting power heating the cabin. But there's something really quirky about the design of this car that I love. People think it's a small car. It's not. I can get a full drum kit in the back. Let's open it up. This is almost like the Honda Element. Remember the old Honda Elements? Which opened up, you can just basically go right through it. If that's a full-size snow brush. It's pretty big. The whole body's made of carbon fiber. This material here is recycled pop bottle. This is eucalyptus wood. It's actually real wood. Hemp in the seat. Can't smoke it, but that's got some hemp. This is leather. So there's really not a lot of metal on this car, which reduces the rust possibilities. There's no scheduled maintenance on this car. I don't have to bring it in for anything. After the first year, you bring it in and they inspect the brakes, not for wear, but for lack of use. So when I'm driving and I'm coming up to the stoplight here, I see this guy's turning, I want to start kind of decelerating, anticipating, so that I don't have to get back on the throttle and kind of waste energy, waste range. Basically one pedal operation. I haven't used the brake pedal once since we've been in the car. Yeah, so you just take your foot off the gas or the accelerator, and I'm not braking. The car's doing all the work. Every little thing that you do, you can see the impact it has on your range. How much heating I'm using, how much cooling I'm using, how fast the fan's going, how hard I'm hitting the throttle to speed up and slow down, are all affecting my range. So that when you get good at driving this car, and you find out all the little nuances, it's kind of like a game, which I like. I could save an additional 33 kilometers, or add an additional 33 kilometers to my range just by turning off the fan. Just when I come off the throttle, now I'm charging. So I'm actually trying to gamify how much I can stretch the battery out. How smooth can I be in the driving? Driving an EV doesn't reduce gridlock. It doesn't reduce accidents. I chose it because of how much tech is involved. As someone who commutes in Toronto traffic daily, it's a very relaxing way to drive. The one pedal operation makes driving in bumper to bumper traffic, it's so much easier. It feels like a more intelligent way to commute. Plug her in.
That's it?
Mm-hmm. Walk away. Do I like the fact I don't have to spend $50, $60 once a week, twice a month to fill up? I like passing gas stations, I really do.